it's finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you're suffering every day with joint pain, stop and listen. You can get real lasting relief now with the natural biologic treatments of QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative solutions that can restore and repair damaged tissue with no surgery and no drugs. This is the relief you've been hoping for your aching hips, knees, shoulder, and lower back. The unique protocols at QC Kinetics were created by a physician with years of study in regenerative restorative medicine. They're treating patients every day in hundreds of clinics nationwide with remarkable success, life-changing results with zero downtime. It's the new, better, smarter, non-surgical, non-invasive way to deal with joint pain. And yes, they're right here ready to help you now. Call for a free consultation. Make this spring and summer your best ever with no joint pain holding you back. QC Kinetics, located in Asheville and Greenville. 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517.
It's Women's History Month, and iHeartMedia is proud to support Dress for Success's annual campaign, Your Hour, Her Power, which highlights the importance and impact of female leadership. Here's one of this year's honorees, Scarlett Johansson, American actor and founder of The Outset.
Dress for Success, thank you for making it possible for so many women to celebrate and realize a new beginning and transform their lives.
Join the mission at yourhourherpower.org.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive contains B-complex vitamins and alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. Learn more at nervivehealth.com.
From the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
Tournament played today. Two number one seeds are out in the SEC quarterfinals. Texas A&M knocks out fourth-ranked Auburn.
Inbounds to Coleman, gives back to Q. Oh, with the hammer! 62-55. Aggies by 7 with 1:45 to play. He got the return feed, and Fly Guy flew.
Andrew Monaco on Learfield. A&M wins at 67-62. Quentin Jackson with 2 of his 17. Tyrese Radford with 19 to lead the Aggies. And in the Big Ten quarters in Indianapolis, Indiana knocks out the top seed Illinois 65-63. Rutgers coach Steve Peichel will get a 4-year contract extension with the Scarlet Knights, who are hoping to make back-to-back trips to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 46 years. MLB players who are not vaccinated against COVID-19 will not be allowed to travel into Canada to play against the Blue Jays this year and will not be paid for those games.
Need to spring back into hiring season? You need Indeed, the smart hiring platform that delivers 4 times more hires than all other sites combined, according to Talent Nest. Post a job and hire ASAP. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
In the heart of Beer City, USA, 2 men, 1 journey to create a sports show unlike any other. Unfiltered, raw, and honest. One of them played a soccer goalie opposite Ben Stiller. The other once scored 6 points on Steph Curry. These guys know their shit. Let's go! Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene, the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy, of course, brought to you by Ingles. Low prices, love the savings, and we're heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. You can see us, too, seen everywhere on your mobile device.
We hope we're heard there. We just rewired everything. So let's hope that you can hear us on the YouTube stream.
We tested it. It sounds fine.
Okay,
it's all good.
See, look, you're used to being the button guy. I'm not so used to being the button guy.
Yes, everything up and running with some new bells and whistles that we're going to be testing out throughout the program on the YouTube stream today. So be sure to check that out at thesportsocracy.com. Click on the live video link. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. And, of course, you can join the House of Reprehensibles. It is a Friday. It is a free agency Friday. Jeremy loves alliteration, so I'm just going to give it the good old alliteration touch with a free agency Friday. Free agency opening up in the NFL on Monday. That's when, what is it, the legal tampering period begins?
No, you can actually talk to guys. That's allowed. You just can't. You're not supposed to announce deals.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that you have too many yokels like us that know too many people, and obviously the Adam Schefters of the world, so nothing stays secret for long.
Right. And so deals can't become official until the start of the new year, which is Wednesday of next week. And we'll start seeing all of that come through. But we figured we'll roll out some free agency predictions for you here on the program today. We've got March Madness, all the madness happening. Man, last night was phenomenal. I was sitting down in my living room. I had the quad box on. DC streams, you should check those guys out. The four games that I had on the television, all within 2 minutes of the end of the games, and it was phenomenal. Villanova getting taken to the wire. You had Baylor getting upset. It's just March Madness is on. Virginia Tech. Who saw that coming? Virginia Tech holding off Notre Dame at the end, meaning that the North Carolina Tar Heels will take on the Virginia Tech Hokies tonight at 9:30 up in Brooklyn. You'll hear that right here on ESPN Asheville this evening. Again, 8:30 start for the pregame, 9:30 is the scheduled tip. UNC against Virginia Tech. Also, we've got a quiz for old Flostradamus here. Our good friend David Smith of Armchair Commentary has sent us in 10 football questions that he thinks can stump the Ginger Ninja. We shall see. We'll play that coming up in the 4 o'clock hour as well. We'll have all your picks for the night, or Jeremy will anyway, coming up in the...
It can't possibly go any worse than last night.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
I went 0 for everything.
Uh-huh.
I mean... Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing went right.
Nope. How about them Philadelphia 76ers?
Whoa. They were perturbed.
They got run off their own floor on a night that everybody wanted to focus on bringing down Ben Simmons. The basketball team forgot that,
we have to beat them, right, too. That's kind of important.
Yeah, we're playing some superstars tonight. And KD and Kyrie go into Philadelphia, and the Nets take down the Philadelphia 76ers. So
Ben Simmons picked up a basketball at one point and got booed, which was tremendous. Philadelphia has the worst fans in all of sports.
The worst fans if you're an opponent. Maybe the best fans.
They're not great if you're not.
Well, that's true. That is true. I mean, Ben Simmons, we saw what they did to him at the end of the year last year during the playoffs, and he was on their team. But as long as you're good, and you're infallible, Philadelphia fans will let you slide. Very happy today about their center returning. That's big news in the NFL, right? What was it, $14 million?
Oh,
for a 38-year-old
Jason
center.
Kelce, tremendous.
He's got 1 year left. We'll give it to him. Why not? All right, and if you want to get in touch with the program, again, the best way to do that immediately is on the YouTube channel, thesportsocracy.com. Click on that live video link, hit the subscribe button. That'll get you in to the chat. We welcome everybody into the program once again, and let's get into it. So NFL free agency predictions begin right here. I guess the number
This is one of the top heaviest classes you will ever see.
Well, you've got a lot, and you've got things that haven't even been really decided yet. I mean, we can't really talk Amari Cooper because he's not a free agent yet.
No.
And he may be traded. There's a lot of buzz going on right now that the Cleveland Browns apparently have some kind of a deal or some kind of offer.
Cleveland's in on every receiver. Christian Kirk, Michael Gallup, Allen Robinson, Amari Cooper. They're going to wind up with a receiver. Now, what does that matter when you have old at home with Baker Mayfield throwing to him? Duh, not much to me. But
I mean, it will make them more dangerous if they get another receiver. So, I mean, it didn't work.
To me, that's kind of like having a Maserati sitting in your driveway and you can't drive a stick. I mean,
right?
It's pretty to look at.
Are all Maserati sticks?
Allen Robinson.
I have no idea.
Allen Robinson, please don't go to Cleveland. Okay, you have been so good for so long, and the best quarterback you've ever had thrown to you was Blake Bortles.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's much of a shot of that happening.
It's more than you think.
Really?
They are apparently prepared to overpay Allen Robinson, but we'll talk about that later in this hour.
He'll chase down that money somehow, some way. All right, let's kick it off here. Free agency predictions for 2022. Teron Armstead, the longtime left tackle for the New Orleans Saints. What's he going to get out on the open market? Pretty much whatever he wants, right?
It starts at $20 million a year.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a slew of teams just lined up for him.
Mm-hmm.
Miami Dolphins, Indianapolis Colts, Chicago Bears, now that they have a little money.
Right.
Since you gave Khalil Mack away for very little. At least that second-round pick does come this year.
That's true.
Add another piece for Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the market on Teron Armstead is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 years, $80 million. There's too many teams that need left tackles,
right.
and there's not enough of them out there.
There are none of them out there like Teron Armstead.
No, there is, but he's older. Dwayne Brown, I think, is, in terms of pure talent, very close.
You think he's as good?
I mean, the metrics say they're pretty close.
Okay.
Teron Armstead's had injury issues. There have been issues with Teron Armstead, which would make me nervous if this was not, let's say, a luxury. That's the reason I have said and will continue to say I fully believe Teron Armstead is going to be the new left tackle for the Cincinnati Bengals. And look, I'm not saying the left tackle's a luxury. What I'm saying is that Cincinnati has far superior talent to the way their cap ledger looks.
Mm-hmm.
If they have injury issues with Teron Armstead, you got Jonah Williams, who can slide over the left side. I don't like it that way, but you at least have a backup. You have security. Indianapolis, it would be me playing left tackle if he went down. You saw this last year with Eric Fisher, where they're playing Sam Tevy or whatever the case may be. Miami has a dumpster fire. I can't figure out why he would want to go there. I feel like a 30-year-old tackle, yes, I want to get the bag, but if I'm going to get the bag, I want to get the bag from a team that I can compete with, which tells me it's probably Indy, Cincinnati, unless Miami or Chicago overpay for him. But I think he will get 4 years, $80 million from the Cincinnati Bengals.
I would see him going to a team like Miami. I mean, if I'm a free agent and I'm, a 30-year-old tackle in this league, I want to go somewhere where I have a chance to win.
But do you not want to go somewhere that you can at least compete?
Oh, yeah.
Miami is not even vaguely in the ballpark of a playoff team in the AFC anymore. Sorry, you're not.
I mean, they're in the ballpark. They're just at the turnstile.
There are 9 teams in the AFC that are easily better than them.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. New England's better than them. The Bills are better than them. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Tennessee, Indianapolis, Denver, Chargers, Kansas City. That's 11 right there.
That's 11.
I don't think you could even kind of argue with me on any of them.
You don't think that Miami has any shot of climbing that ladder?
Who are they better than?
I don't know.
If you just throw everything at this, who are you better than?
Right.
Because I would argue the last team on that list is probably New England, and you're not even in their class.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of, will you be 2 years from now? Maybe. If Tua develops. I hear Miami with Teron Armstead a lot. I just can't figure out why you would want to do that.
Right.
Maybe it's the competitor in me. I don't have any interest in just going and getting the money and playing for the Jaguars.
Now, when it comes to Cincinnati or Miami, if those are your choices, obviously you're going to take Cincinnati. Obviously, you're going to go to the team that was just in the Super Bowl. But I feel like with that infrastructure that they have in place in Miami, I could see Mike McDaniel being able to sway him.
Well, one thing is I don't really know how he fits there. I know exactly how he fits with the Cincinnati Bengals. You're the blindside protector for Joe Burrow. I can move Jonah Williams over to the other side. And now, so long as there's no injury problems, this is exactly what I needed.
Right.
This is what Bengals fans have been clamoring for all offseason, last year, throughout the year. This is what you need.
I thought for sure the Jacksonville Jaguars would make some kind of a play for him, but I think part of Jacksonville's whole thing with Cam Robinson and franchise tagging him again is like we have the money that we can make the pitch to Ron Armstead or some of these top free agents, but they're just going to tell us no.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jacksonville's got plenty of money.
Right.
I don't know who's going to take it.
Right. I think that's part of the Cam Robinson deal, though, is that they decided we have to franchise tag Cam Robinson because Teron Armstead's going to tell us to pound sand.
Hey, he'll take our money because he doesn't have a choice.
Right. And we knew Orlando Brown was off the market, so that took another left tackle off the pile that you could choose from. When you're looking at left tackles in free agency, who else is in that club? Well, you already said Dwayne Brown. You feel like even at 38 years old,
I still feel good about Dwayne Brown, and I think whoever loses, whether it's Indianapolis or Cincinnati, that's who they sign. I think that's the consolation prize.
Okay.
And then you get into the Eric Fisher,
right? It's
Morgan Moses.
It's kind of like you keep talking about the NFL draft of being like there. You got your top 3 prospects, and then you got just this abyss between them and the next guys on the list. That's how NFL free agency works this year. You have all of these guys way at the top, and then you just got a whole bunch of, to be blunt, also rans who can fill slot. But are you trying to do more than fill slot?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's exactly what the Cincinnati Bengals are doing. So I like that. I like that matchup. Teron Armstead goes to the Cincinnati Bengals. Official prediction of the Sportsocracy.
It is decided.
Oh, gavel.
I knew I should have taken that away from you.
It doesn't make a rich sound like it does in the halls of Congress.
Yeah, it makes a thud.
It does. It does. All right. Number 2 on the free agency list. These are the free agents that are destined to end up somewhere else.
Yeah, so franchise guys have been taken out. Guys that we think universally are going to re-sign wherever they were.
Right.
They're out.
Right. So Chandler Jones.
This one's interesting to me.
I mean, he's going to get a whole bunch of money from somebody.
Oh, absolutely. And there's 3 teams.
3 teams are it?
It's Denver, Indianapolis, Baltimore.
Okay.
Name me another team.
Cleveland could be in on him.
Cleveland. Why? You can bring back Jadeveon Clowney, who does. He's not nearly as good, but you also got to look at Chandler Jones. He has got to want to win. I've heard talk that he could go back to New England.
Well, you want to try to contend with other teams in the AFC, and you want to try to make a case for best pass rushing duo in the NFL, like the Los Angeles Chargers just did with the Khalil Mack deal, teaming him up with Joey Bosa. I feel like that could be a move that Cleveland would be interested in. Give me Myles Garrett and Chandler Jones, and I'll dare you.
Yeah, I don't see Cleveland as a contender. I mean, to me, you've got 3 teams here that have money in the 3 that I just said.
Yep.
Baltimore doesn't yet, but they will. They're going to end up either with Tyrann Mathieu, who we'll talk about later, or Chandler Jones.
What about Philadelphia?
Why? What? Again, it's not really a scheme fit.
Okay.
I'm already 32 years old anyway. Why in the world would I turn down Denver, who I know definitively is going to be there at 4:01 on Monday?
Mm-hmm.
That's their guy. That's who they're after.
Okay.
To be on the other side of Bradley Chubb.
Okay.
They figure we can, we spent the money on Russ. Now we have the pass rushers. The back half, we can figure that out. We got Justin Simmons. We do have talent. We still have Patrick Surtain, who's young.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see him going anywhere but Denver.
Cade Stearns, who they hit on in the draft.
You're just drunk on him.
He's good.
He's fine.
He's pretty good.
He is your new Daniel Sorensen. Tremendous. We finally got rid of one, and you can't stop talking about his replacement.
No, that was Kareem Jackson.
Oh,
that was.
If you literally in the lead up to this, if he said Kareem Jackson to me one more time, I was going to hit him with something. Oh, you mean that awful safety for Denver?
He's not awful.
He's not good.
He's not awful. So Chandler Jones, where do you think he ends up?
I'm going Denver Broncos.
Denver Broncos.
I'm going Denver Broncos somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 years, $35 million. I think he will be $15 to $18 million, depending on where he goes.
Okay.
I think Indianapolis will call because they have just a boatload of money. But I don't think that's what he wants to do. I mean, am I really going to tie myself to Jimmy Garoppolo when I could go play in Denver with Russ? Or I could go play in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I think that's a two-horse race. I believe it will be Denver.
All right, we have a super chat. Rob Johnson hitting us up in the super chat on the YouTube stream, thesportsocracy.com. Click on the live video link, hit the subscribe button. You can also get into the chat that way.
I'm your huckleberry.
And all super chats this week going to the fundraising campaign of our good friends over at Thermo Fisher Scientific. We are helping them with their Bowl for the Future campaign to benefit Big Brothers Big Sisters of Western North Carolina. That event is taking place tomorrow. So let's get all the donations that we can into that. The link to donate to Justin Parton and Thermo Fisher Scientific's bowling team is in the description of our video right now. But go to Big Brothers Big Sisters website. I think it's bbbswnc.org. You can go there and also give through that. But all the super chats this week going to that cause. Rob Johnson says, seen a mock of Washington drafting Drake London now. I actually like it. Another weapon for Wentz and taking some pressure off of Terry McLaurin.
Drake London's going to be the first receiver that gets drafted in this class. It's just a question of where. I would say his ceiling is Atlanta at 8. He's of interest to the Jets at 10, Washington at 11. I don't see a way he falls past Cleveland at 13.
Mm-hmm.
He has one of the most defined ranges of any player in this draft. Kayvon Thibodeau probably has the widest. He could go 1 or 14.
Or 14. That's a pretty big drop. Could be a long wait for him in the green room on draft night. We shall see. That's as easy as it is, though, folks. You can get in on the chat on the YouTube stream. And, we'll talk more free agent predictions coming up next right here on ESPN Asheville.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Winter storm warnings tonight above 3,500 feet into Saturday evening, and winter weather advisories below 3,500 feet. We've got quite the front marching in with snow and wind and cold, and near record cold here in Asheville for Sunday morning. We're down to 27 tonight with snows coming in with the front. Morning snow shower Saturday, and a cold Saturday, high 30, low 13. Saturday night, close to records. I'm meteorologist Scott Lariamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors.
Ray Magliozzi here. I don't cook much, but when I need ingredients for my car, eBay Motors has 122 million options. So whether I toasted my transmission or cooked my clutch, eBay Motors has all the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride.
I'm Serena Williams. You watch me live on TV.
And I'm that voice from movies you watch on demand. DirecTV Stream brought us together to save the world.
Maybe not save the world, but DirecTV Stream does bring your live and on-demand favorites together.
Your favorites together.
I just said that.
She just said that.
Introducing DirecTV Stream, the best of live TV and on-demand with no annual contract. Get your TV together at DirecTV.com.
Requires high-speed internet and compatible device. Content varies by package and location. Restrictions apply.
Introducing Seneca Women to Hear, the search for the next great female podcasters. Calling on women creators, innovators, and entrepreneurs. If you have something to say, a story to tell, or expertise to share with the world, we want to hear from you. Apply to the first ever Seneca Women Podcast Academy with iHeart, in partnership with P&G and The Card by Seneca Women, powered by MasterCard and Deserve. If you're selected, you'll be hosting your own show on the Seneca Women Podcast Network on iHeart. Learn more today at senecawomen.com.
Asheville, Monsters of Rock and Roll website. March 18th and 19th, Monster TNT explodes into the Egg Center. Here they come, metallic monsters and raw horsepower. Starring the high-flying school bus called Higher Education.
3 monster shows. Tickets now at MonsterTNT.com or buy at Allen's Jewelry and Pawn for free pit passes. Monster TNT, the Egg Center.
63 Americans a day die by gun suicide. By storing our guns safely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo, we can give our loved ones a second chance at life. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Hi, it's Rick. I'm at the Smith home. Where's Donnie?
Leaves and autumn bookings pile up for Rick's gutter cleaning service.
He's out? Come on.
He needs help before his bottom line gets clogged.
Okay, well, what about Cristiano? We still got 6 houses today.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
The Sportsocracy.
Why are you smiling? Because I love football.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. I'm Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene is here as well. We're doing free agency predictions ahead of the opening of free agency next week. You're going to start hearing the rumblings on Monday of who's talking to who's interested in bringing who in. And on Wednesday, we'll start seeing official announcements as the new league year opens. J.C. Jackson is next on our list.
It seems like 84 teams want him.
Yeah, because it's hard to say no to all of those interceptions. J.C. Jackson has more interceptions, what was it, in the first 4 years of his career than anybody since the merger. So why wouldn't they be on J.C. Jackson?
Oh, look, I like him. I also think he's going to get 5 years, about $90 million.
Yep.
I think the market starts with him at $18 million a year, which is why I see no way he goes back to New England.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 3-horse race.
Okay.
It's the New York Jets.
Okay.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep.
And the LA Chargers.
All right. The Chargers have that much money still?
The Chargers had a boatload of money in the first place.
Okay.
Look, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told you earlier today. The salary cap in the NFL at this point is it's a
guideline.
Suggestion.
Yeah. It's just a guideline.
The Chargers have about $25 million. So they can still big game hunt on one guy.
All right.
And that's without moving any money around. That's the beauty of having a young, elite quarterback on a rookie deal. You can do things like that.
Mm-hmm. I saw a stat earlier today that Justin Herbert is right now, I think it was QB 29 in the NFL as far as salary goes.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a lot of room that they could put things around him and win now. Brandon Staley, saw an interview with him the other day. He is jazzed. He is just jacked up for the second year.
He should be.
He feels like he is going to take the NFL by storm this year. Very open about, look, it was my first year last year. I took some lumps. I learned a lot of things. But he also said, I'm not going to go back on all of this, no risk it, no biscuit kind of stuff.
Ugh, I hate that phrase.
He's going to take every chance he possibly can. And so why not? Go out and you've already gone out and hit a home run with the trade for Khalil Mack.
And that is a home run.
Just still can't believe they didn't have to pick up that salary to make that work, but whatever. But J.C. Jackson would definitely be a home run offseason added with Khalil Mack.
And that is why I fully believe that J.C. Jackson will sign a 5-year, $90 million deal with the Los Angeles Chargers.
I would not rule out the Las Vegas Raiders.
You
though.
shouldn't.
I mean, with the New England guys in the front office now, and as the head coach,
with McDaniels.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I struggle with, I don't know exactly how well he would translate to Patrick Graham's defense. It's close.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets are the one that they're going to be used to drive this number up. That's it. He doesn't particularly fit in that system with Salah. I know they're interested, but I don't think they're going to pay that much. I'll say J.C. Jackson to the L.A. Chargers.
All right, how about Marcus Williams? Marcus Williams, we thought maybe there was a chance he was going to get the franchise tag, but I think New Orleans is kind of tired of trying to do the cap calisthenics that they need to do to give guys big money. So Marcus Williams on the market. Who's going to be in for him?
It'll be your Jets. Of course.
Your Jets are in on everybody.
The Jets are going to be in on everybody, and they're probably going to get Brandon Scherf.
Yeah.
Ugh. The other two, and they make a lot of sense, are the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
The connection in Detroit with Aaron Glenn, who was his secondary coach in New Orleans, and Philadelphia, who I feel like has needed a safety since the Reagan administration. And I love this kid. 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
High-level player. I can't believe – I mean, New Orleans was in cap hell anyway. But I can't believe you're going to let him walk for nothing. You're going to get a third-round comp pick in a year. I do find it funny that of the top 4 free agents, 2 of them are coming out of New Orleans.
I think New England will make an offer, won't they?
I don't think so.
Too much money?
It's going to be a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of money for a safety that's very scheme-specific. Now, I think he would be good in New England.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think you have to. He would fit nicely with Jeremy Chin. I think this is a 2-horse race between the Detroit Lions, who are going to make a formidable offer, and where I ultimately think he goes, which is to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. And that can what? I mean, what kind of an impact will that make?
Well, I mean, you got to realize they're going to add 3 of the top 20 players in this draft, unless they trade back, which is at 19, which is a staunch possibility. And even then, you've got so much draft capital. You can put so many things around Jalen Hurts. He's so cheap. You can run the ball. You showed that at the end of the year. And you're in a bad division. Washington's not good, and the Giants are awful. You have to beat the Cowboys.
All right, we'll keep rocking through the top 10 free agents in the NFL that will find a new home this offseason. But let's get out just a bit outside first.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Oh, college coaches are so funny to me. So if you didn't hear, yesterday, after his team lost in the Big 12 tournament, Bruce Weber has called it quits. He has resigned from Kansas State as their head basketball coach, and he threw a jab on the way out. He did his, post-career press conference, I guess it was, and he said, "You know what? I'm proud of what we did here. I'm proud that we did it the right way." And he really hopes that at some point the NCAA is going to do what they're supposed to do and drop the hammer on all of the teams who have success through cheating. He is on the NCAA ethics committee, and he says, and in our meetings, I was told that they were going to take care of the people in the FBI stuff. Obviously, this going to the pay-for-play Adidas scandal, Christian Dawkins, that whole shenanigans that now Kansas has finally been served with a notice of allegations. LSU as well. He said, so I told somebody that I'm going to grow my hair out until that happens. He says, as you can see, I have not cut my hair yet, and I'm still not going to cut my hair until they do something about it. And that sounds all nice and well, but I mean, Bruce, you got to know, right? You got to know where this is all going. This was always going to just a slap on the wrist for all of these schools involved. You've seen, Sean Miller gone from Arizona. I'm sure you will probably see Will Wade be gone from LSU pretty soon. I don't know that Bill Self will be. To me, maybe Bill Self is too big to fail We all remember that from the economic meltdown of 2008. Do you think so?
No, I think none of what you just said is going to happen. If Will Wade was going to be fired in LSU, it would have already happened. That'd be like committing a crime, like defrauding your employer, laundering money, and they let you keep running the books for 3 years. No, you've kind of lost the ability to.
You think so?
Stand on the table on that one.
I don't know. Once the NCAA officially gets involved, which they have now done with the notice of allegations at LSU, it may not be directly tied to that. It may be like Sean Miller. Just there's pressure behind the scenes, and he just goes away. But I love that, Bruce Weber was like, I told him I wasn't going to cut my hair, and so I'm quitting.
And I'm in the same place. I'm not going to cut my hair until Will Wade's fired, which means it'll probably be dragging underneath my chair.
When you're 70 years old.
Buzzer beaters are fun. We saw one of those in the 2022 Ingles SoCon Basketball Championship here in Asheville from UT Chattanooga. Well, Wednesday night, in the Georgia 4A State High School Basketball Championship, they didn't just have one, they had two from the same player. Her name is Avery Fantucci from Marist School. Regulation winding down. They're down 3. Hits a half-court buzzer beater to push it into overtime.
Nice.
She wasn't done. Went to overtime, tied at 54. Rebound comes off, and everybody forgot what bailout defense looks like because they left her wide open. Ran down, layup as time expires, wins the state high school championship with not one, but two buzzer beaters.
That's phenomenal. Well, congratulations to her.
One of them's incredible. It looks very similar to the John Baptiste shot from the tournament on Monday.
Oh, okay. So she kind of hit it
guarded
on the wing and
buckets.
Yeah. Nice. And then the runaway layup to win it. Like Miami did the other night.
That's one of those as a coach, you just go, oh no. You did everything so well until you didn't.
Right. It's like that Miami-Boston College game. Like, how do you forget to work transition defense after a miss? When the time is running out on the clock and you give up the layup to lose the game, that's rough. 2 buzzer beaters in one game, though. That's impressive. That's very impressive. Let's talk about these free agents getting ready to make a uniform change this year. Allen Robinson, who has toiled behind the worst quarterbacks in NFL history. I don't know that there's another wide receiver that you could point to and say he's had worse quarterbacks than Allen Robinson.
Well, and one of the talking points has been that, he could go back to Jacksonville. I mean, yeah, he could bang his head against the wall, too. I don't really know what the point of that would be.
$27 million a year. That's what my price would be to go back to Jacksonville.
I think he's going to be in the 3 for 45, 3 for 48 range. And for me, it's Cleveland Browns, Miami Dolphins, and who I ultimately think he signs with, the New England Patriots.
The New England Patriots.
They're going to sign a weapon. They know what Mac Jones is. I don't think anybody in that front office has any misgivings. And I will tell you this, there have been some weird reports out of New England about how people are looking at this coaching staff. Do you realize that there is a better than 0 chance that Bill is going to call plays on offense and defense?
Really?
Yes. That's actually in league circles exactly how they think it's going to go. He's going to call them both.
Okay.
It's a terrible idea.
Give it a try if you want to.
But now, the lead assistant on offense is Joe Judge, who was a special teams coordinator. I will never understand. Well, you coached in the league. I'm sure you're fine. We'll put you somewhere.
He's a former head coach. He's a Patriots guy.
Oh, Allen Robinson, to me, just fits the New England culture. He's exactly what they're looking for. Big-bodied receiver that can go win at the point of attack. That's what they don't have right now. Kendrick Bourne, that's swell. It's good for you.
I mean, he can still be a complimentary piece. And this will give you the A number one. Yeah, this will give you the A number 1 wide receiver that can hopefully get the most out of Mac Jones.
And from everything I'm told, they are all in on Allen Robinson. They're not interested in any other receiver in this period. It's all Allen Robinson.
Right. I could just see Cleveland throwing dumb numbers out there, though.
No, they're going to.
They're going to. They're going to throw dumb numbers out there at whoever's on the market, whether it be Amari Cooper, although there's talk of a trade possibly happening sometime soon.
I'll believe
that could be our breaking news today. Who knows? We've had breaking news every day this week. We should have some on Friday. But Allen Robinson, all right, so you're saying that he is going to end up with the New England Patriots.
That is what I believe will happen, yes.
All right, now we got to get into my guys, the Tampa guys. A couple of them anyway. Ryan Jensen, absolute beast of a center. He's a wonderful teammate. I have fallen. When we first signed him, I went, why are we giving that much money to a center? And then when he got in the building, I quickly found out, okay, this is why you paid this guy. Ultimate team guy, great teammate. I love Ryan Jensen. I would love to see him go to a winner.
And I think he's going to go to a winning franchise, not necessarily a current winner.
Okay.
Cincinnati with the deal for Jesse Bates, I think you can only get one of these guys comfortably and not overpay. Cincinnati's never been real notorious for paying big money to interior linemen. The three other teams I keep hearing on him are Chicago, of which I don't know why a 30-year-old center would want to go to Chicago. But if they throw dumb money at him, okay. Going back to Baltimore, if they were to lose out on Bradley Bozeman, because somebody's going to overpay him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty confident it's my New York Jets. Or the team I ultimately think he lands with, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh. Okay.
That is a piece that ties that line together.
Yeah,
you can move Kendrick Greene, who you drafted last year out of Illinois, into the inside. He can play guard. Now you've got the big road grader, mauler, Najee Harris, lead blocker center.
Yes.
And I think it's going to be for Malik Willis. I think that's who the quarterback ends up being. And one of the underrated things that nobody ever talks about, everybody always talks about a young, inexperienced quarterback needs a left tackle. I don't dispute that. They really undervalue how important the center is, especially if it's a guy that comes out of a finicky offense like Malik Willis did. That's not an NFL offense. He has never run an NFL offense. So one of the best ways, if you're going to spend your money, and I think Pittsburgh is going to spend to stay competitive, one of the ways to do that is a center that can keep everything with the line. Now Malik Willis doesn't have to worry about that. I got a guy that I know can make my line calls. I can take that off of him. And it just makes all the sense in the world. And I think it's going to be about 3 years, $39 million.
Stephen Tao asks, why not back to his Baltimore Ravens?
Baltimore goes one of two ways at center. And I could see them being the drop-dead spot on Tyler Linderbaum. That narrative has kind of gone away, and now Linderbaum's in the 20s, which is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I think either re-sign Bradley Bozeman or you draft Tyler Linderbaum.
All right. Now, for another Tampa Bay Buccaneer who's on the open market, did not use the franchise tag on him, which I still disagree with, but it is what it is. Got to trust the process in the front office. It's Carlton Davis, who is a really good corner.
He's very good. He's 25, fits just about any scheme. And this is where you're going to see one of the two bad teams that has some cheddar is going to spend it on Carlton Davis. It could be the Houston Texans, or it could be what I think is far more likely, my New York Jets, Jets.
So this is the guy that the Jets can land.
I just think they get priced out on J.C. Jackson. He has the interceptions and all of the numbers and all the peripherals, and Carlton Davis is the consolation prize. And I'm okay with it. I think he fits in the scheme better.
Mm-hmm.
But they have to do something. By the way, just curious to see if you can get this right. After all of the movement of the week, name the three teams that have the most cap space in the NFL.
The three teams that have the most cap space in the NFL. I think the Colts are still up there.
Number 2.
The Dolphins?
Nope. Number 4.
Oh, they fell out of the top 3.
As did the Chargers and the Bengals.
The Chargers and the Bengals both fell out as well?
Bengals are at 6. Chargers are at 10.
I don't know.
Number 3 is the Seattle Sea Chickens.
Oh, my gosh.
Number 1, Jets, Jets. $72 million.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I'm looking directly at it right now. They restructured C.J. Mosley this morning.
Oh, okay.
Or last night. I don't know which. I saw it this morning.
Right.
And I saw that and went, no, we can't get out of him a year from now. Why do we think we're good? We're not good.
You have hope. You have hope that you're going to get one of these wide receivers, and then you're going to be
the same thing that we've had forever: $1 billion. Woo!
And you got all those draft picks. I'm trying to talk you up here. You're so down about it. This is the time you're supposed to be up as a Jets fan. You've said that time and time again.
Brother, I'm 30 years into this.
You finally learning?
I'm 30 years into this. I have had this football pulled out from underneath my foot enough times. Okay. Whatever the worst signing we can make is, that's what we're going to do.
That's the one you're going to do.
Looking right at you, Tremaine Johnson.
All right, Carlton Davis projected.
Hope he can listen to us. He's working at a Walmart.
Projected by Flostradamus to end up with his New York Jets. Tyrann Mathieu, the old honey badger from the Kansas City Chiefs. It's hard for me to imagine that Kansas City going to let him walk.
They're going to. He will not re-sign in Kansas City. They just flat out can't afford him. When you start doing things like Joe Thuney, I think they're going to make a move, whether it's Jason Pierre-Paul, bringing back Melvin Ingram, one of those vet edge rushers. I think they'll end up with one of those guys. You just can't afford it. And at the end of the day, this is not going to be a popular opinion, but it's the truth. Tyrann Mathieu's a luxury.
Okay.
Tyrann Mathieu is the speedboat of the NFL. He's a luxury. If you're living in a van down by the river, you cannot afford Tyrann Mathieu. You can't have a boat in that situation. And that's kind of where Kansas City's at. The Mahomes deal goes up, and that's what it's going to cost you, is the luxury pieces.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's a 3-horse race.
Okay.
It's Baltimore, Indianapolis, and New Orleans.
Why do I want to see him in Baltimore so bad I can taste it?
There's only one way I think that doesn't happen, and that's if they think they can get Daxton Hill, who I believe is the exact same player. They're the same guy. And I could easily see a team like, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't see this until I did see this. I could see Tyrann Mathieu signing in New Orleans. That's where he's from. Being part of something, and that the defense with Dennis Allen, that gives him all of the range that he wants. But what I think is more likely is he signs in Baltimore, and then New Orleans tries to make a play on Dax Hill, whether it's at 19 or moving around.
Trading up or...
It would be trading back. He's a luxury piece.
Okay.
But I do think Tyrann Mathieu, my belief is that he will end up with the Baltimore Ravens. Somewhere in the neighborhood... This has been the hardest contract to figure out of all the ones we did. I'm going to say somewhere in the neighborhood 3 years, $45 million, but it may be lower than that. Every time he's ever hit free agency, the numbers come in lower than I thought it would.
All right. Tyrann Mathieu, I think that would be a phenomenal matchup of just his. He just fits that mold. He fits that Baltimore Ravens kind of,
He very much does. A value proposition guy that's just a huge impact Pro Bowler that you get for less than they should get. Here's the other thing I'll tell you. Mike McDonald, now the defensive coordinator of the Ravens, who do you think made Dax Hill a first-round pick?
Yep.
That guy.
That guy. All right, Brandon Scherff.
I don't want to talk about that.
Why not? Because it's another one you're going to lose out on?
I don't want to talk about this.
Brandon Scherff is due to get some big money despite the injury issues that he's had. You can't deny the talent that he has.
He's going to the daggum Jets, and we all know it. That is the one guy that there is no doubt it's going to be an overpay, and I know my team's going to do it. I know it. There is no way we don't do it. And I think you can get a better guard for half the price.
And what are you going to pay him? $15 million?
It's about $15 million,
Yeah.
It's somewhere in that ballpark. And tell me that's not the jettiest thing in the history of time.
Oh, yeah.
You moved up to get a guard last year. Now you're going to sign a high-priced free agent that has injury issues. Because they're looking for vet leadership. If I hear that one more time, I swear to you, I'm going to rip my ears off.
Is that the mantra that's now being echoed through the hallways?
Well, Joe Douglas has this his free agent tact. This is the reason I think they're going to sign Carlton Davis. They reserve their money for 25 to 27-year-old players going into the second deal. Gerard Davis. I mean, there were a slew of them. Carl Lawson.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they spend their money. Well, now they're looking around going, we're adding 4 top 38 picks, I think.
Yep.
In this draft to this roster. This will be the youngest roster in the NFL. So they want to add somebody that's a vet. And this is the only one that makes any sense.
You already were, weren't you? Weren't you in
there were 4.
Okay. I knew you were in the discussion to be one of the youngest teams in the NFL last year.
4.
So, no, okay. I can make some sense. I don't understand why you're so upset about it. Because you know what's going to happen. Because you know you're going to sign him to the $15 million a year contract.
Every toy that comes to New York comes to the Meadowlands and gets broken.
And breaks, yeah.
No. They don't just break. They get more broken than they were before.
All right, and lastly, to round out the top 10 free agents in this NFL free agency period that are going to change teams, Randy Gregory.
This is the most confident I am of any player and where they land, other than probably Tyrann Mathieu.
All right. He is he has had his issues in the past, but the Dallas Cowboys can no longer afford him.
Oh, well, Dallas still in play.
Are
this
they?
Is if there was one guy in these 10 that re-signs with with the team he played with last year, Randy Gregory, they'd love to bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is that I already know they're after Bobby Wagner to pair him back with Dan Quinn, put on the other side of Micah Parsons.
Okay.
I just don't think you can do both of those things. And to me, there's only one team that makes just immense sense.
All right, and who is it?
The team with the second most cap space in the league, the Indianapolis Colts. You put him on the other end of Kwity Paye, and now I don't really care how bad your secondary is. And yeah, they have, Rock Ya-Sin and Xavier Rhodes and just the litany of corners that they've run through there.
Mm-hmm.
With 2 edge rushers like that, it doesn't really matter. I like Randy Gregory a lot. Look, there was never a drawback on his talent. It was always off the field and between the ears. Well, he's managed in Dallas to not have any issues like that.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think he's going to get the huge deal, the $15 million long-term commitment. I think it's going to be 2 at 28, 2 at 30, somewhere in that neighborhood. And Indianapolis just makes all the sense in the world. Fits the scheme, and that's a really good culture. So you don't really have to worry about the off-the-field things.
All right, Randy Gregory. Going to the Indianapolis Colts. Those are your top 10 free agent predictions for guys that will be on different teams. We're going to do a full-on list at some point.
It'll come
when
out.
Is that?
It'll come out over the weekend.
Okay, it'll come out over the weekend.
And that will be much more rapid fire. It will be the 10 you just heard. So if you go to YouTube this weekend, you see the video, you go, but wait, I already heard these. There will be a marker in there of this is what we didn't put out on ESPN Radio with the other 40, and it'll be quick fire.
Yep.
Say the name, here's who's interested, here's where he goes, here's how much it costs.
All right, look for that this weekend in the Sportsocracy. Go to thesportsocracy.com right now. Click on the live video link, hit the subscribe button to the YouTube channel, and get all of our extra content as it comes out. Greene on Greene is coming up next. Jeremy went 0 for last night.
I went 0 for 5 because I recycled 2 of them.
Yeah. All right, let's see if he can do better coming up next.
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen, 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. We're with you every step of the way.
This week at Ingles, select 6 to 12 count Laurel and Cuddly soft bath tissue, $3.98 each. Select sizes and varieties Kellogg's Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loop cereal, 2 for $4. And select sizes and varieties Tide laundry detergent, $12.98 each. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Hey guys, I'm Ziggy, your local Philly girl, owner of Ziggy's Bakery and Deli. I've created a traditional northern deli with only the most authentic cheesesteaks outside of Philadelphia, served with provolone, white American, or Cheese Whiz. Our other classic deli sandwiches are made with the best quality meats and cheeses, available sliced by the pound. Join us for breakfast for house-made bagels with our custom cream cheeses. Or for something heartier, try a pork roll, egg and cheese, or house-cured lox. Ziggy's Bakery and Deli, in the corner of Asheville Commons, 1550 Hendersonville Road, open 8 to 3, Tuesday through Saturday.
It's time to get out your green on March the 12th as the 15th Asheville Catholic School Shamrock races are almost here. Choose between the 5K, 10K, or Fun Run in beautiful North Asheville. After your race, the best post-race food in Asheville racing awaits you along with prizes for the best St. Patrick's Day related costumes. Proceeds benefit the O'Brien and William Edwards Gibbs Memorial Scholarship Fund. This event usually sells out, so register today at gloryhoundevents.com. gloryhoundevents.com. Proudly sponsored by iHeartMedia Asheville.
As a marketer, you want to reach everyone, adults, teens, millennials, but it's not like these groups all hang out in the same place, right? Actually wrong. They're all right here, listening to radio commercials just like this one. Radio ads connect with 93% of Americans every week. That's more than Google, more than Facebook, more than TV. In fact, radio reaches 20% more millennials than TV. Want more of the people you want to talk to all in one place? Visit iHeartAdvertising.com and get AM/FM working for you. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Pro football legend Emmitt Smith understands your joint pain.
It does not surprise me that there are a ton of people out there that's in pain.
That's why Emmitt is such a proponent of QC Kinetics, offering real lasting joint pain relief with non-surgical, all-natural biologic treatments.
Whether it's a joint pain, ankle pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, back pain, hip pain, any kind of pain, the body eventually will break down when it's under that much stress.
That stress can cloud your judgment to the point that you'll just say yes to the scalpel or yes to another prescription of pain pills. But maybe it's time for a second opinion from QC Kinetics.
The reason why I would recommend this is because the natural biologics that QC Kinetics is providing you gives your body a chance to naturally heal itself.
Restorative, regenerative solutions are here. Get lasting relief and live your life.
Call QC Kinetics, 826-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number?
Not me.
Nope. Nuh-uh. Oh, no. He's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Coffee's the closers home. Get them the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power. That watch costs more than your car. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
Well, last night was
Wah, wah.
It was not good. It was not good.
Did it sound a little bit like this?
Very funny, your chuckles. But yes, it did sound strikingly like that. We try to get back on the winning path tonight. 74, 80, and 6 against the spread in 2022. First one, the New York Knicks are a 9.5-point dog tonight at Memphis. I'm not telling you the Knicks are good. They're not. But they're not a 10-point dog level of bad. This team is still competitive. I know they're thin. They can score. Emmanuel Quickley's playing more minutes with the litany of guys that are out. I saw his number and just went, that one's too high. I had this at 6.5. I do think Memphis wins, but I don't think it's by this much. Give me the Knicks plus 9.5. Next, our Charlotte Hornets are a 2.5-point favorite tonight at New Orleans. New Orleans is horrid. They just got run off the floor by the Magic. I don't care if this game's in New Orleans. I don't care if it's in Oklahoma City. I don't care if they play it back in Charlotte and let the Pelicans wear the Hornet uniforms. I don't care. This is a stupid line. Give me the Hornets minus 2.5. Finally, the Minnesota Timberwolves are an 8-point favorite tonight at the Orlando Magic. Over-under is 232.5. Orlando cannot stop anybody down low. They can't stop any big guy, but they can score. I love the over in this game. I think it's going to be a track meet, but Minnesota is going to absolutely blow their doors off. Karl Anthony Towns has a huge night. Give me the Wolves minus 8 over 232.5.
Go and do likewise, gents. The money's out there. You pick it up, it's yours. You don't, I got no sympathy for you.
And you can take those wagers to betus.com. BetUS.com. Use the promo code Sportsocracy and get a 125% deposit bonus up to $2,500. Jeremy and I have been on the weight loss journey with PhD Weight Loss. MyPhDWeightLoss.com is the website. Dr. Ashley Lucas has helped us find new us's, basically. We have been on this program now for 15 weeks. I have lost 45 pounds. I'm down to 250 for the first time in I can't remember how long, and I'm actually starting to enjoy the new lifestyle.
I am sleeping better. I feel better, and my biggest aversion to these was always I have a problem with convenience.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got in this shape, because fast food was always more convenient. But with PhD, their healthy, nutritious food, it's convenient as well.
It is very convenient, and you know what else is convenient? Losing all the weight before bathing suit season comes around. Yeah, hey, you want to check it out. And if you want to look good by the pool this summer as well, get with my PhD Weight Loss at myPhDWeightLoss.com.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Winter storm warnings tonight above 3,500 feet into Saturday evening, and winter weather advisories below 3,500 feet. We've got quite the front marching in with snow and wind and cold, and near record cold here in Asheville for Sunday morning. We're down to 27 tonight with snows coming in with the front. Morning snow shower Saturday, and a cold Saturday, high 30, low 13. Saturday night, close to records. I'm meteorologist Scott Laria-Moore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse's Clean Shop Promise. You can save up to $500 at Mattress Warehouse. Get free next-day delivery on all orders over $7.99. And take 20% off pillows, sheets, and protectors. Visit sleephappens.com to get your best night's sleep.
Rogue Combat Club, Asheville's home for comprehensive martial arts training, has a goal for our community, one that's stronger, more fit, and unwavers in its support of one another. Rogue Combat Club's instructors have competed at the highest levels and offer classes for everyone from young children to adults in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and wrestling. Rogue Combat Club classes can help you boost your self-confidence and self-defense skills while weeding out the egos and intimidation found at other gyms. Join today at RogueCombatClub.com.
Ray Magliozzi here. I don't cook much, but when I need ingredients for my car, eBay Motors has 122 million options. So whether I toasted my transmission or cooked my clutch, eBay Motors has all the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
From the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Selection Sunday coming up fast, and 2 conference tournament 1 seeds are knocked out today. Texas A&M beats Auburn in the SEC quarterfinals 67-62. Indiana takes out Illinois in the Big Ten quarters 65-63. Tonight at 7 Eastern on ESPN TV and radio, the ACC semifinals. First up, Duke and Miami. Our Seth Greenberg believes Duke may struggle in the NCAAs.
I've always had this thing when I was preparing my team for late game situations. Who, where, and how. Basically, who do I want to get the ball to? Where do I want to get that dude the ball? And how are we going to get him the ball there? And I look at Duke and I say, I don't know they know that.
Seth Greenberg on Barton Hahn. Cubs manager David Ross gets a contract extension through 2024. The team won a division title in Ross's first year on the job in 2020. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reports the Texans will sign linebacker Christian Kirksey to a 2-year contract extension. Adam Schefter reports the Bears are cutting running back Tariq Cohen.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
He's a degenerate gambler.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
And he's cheaper than oxygen.
He's useless.
But somehow, they make it work. Jeremy Greene, Tank Spencer. There's no holding back in the Sportsocracy, presented by Ingles Supermarkets.
And welcome back into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Sportsocracy always brought to you by Ingles. Low prices, love the savings. We are live in the Ingles Studio, and we can be heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app, seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click on the live video link. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can get into the chat, have all of the fun frivolities, and see all the things that can't be said on this radio show. And also, you can join the House of Reprehensibles while you are there. All new sign-ups to the House this week being donated to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Western North Carolina through our good friend Justin Parton. We are going to be supporting them and him and his Thermo Fisher Scientific bowling team taking part in Big Brothers Big Sisters of Western North Carolina's Bowl for the Future fundraiser. And again, super chats this week, all those proceeds going to the cause as well. The link to give to the cause as well is in the description of the video on YouTube. I think I just saw my most favorite player tweet in the NFL this week. Tariq Cohen says, "Hey, can y'all help me out? How do I file for unemployment?" I feel like you're going to be rejected for unemployment, but maybe so. The Bears have cut him loose. Obviously, all the injury issues, hasn't played since 2020. They'll save a little bit of cap space as well doing that. But yes, free agency is on the horizon, and we will give you all of the free agency updates and such throughout the season and the week next week, because all those talks will start cropping up on Monday, and we'll start seeing deals being officially announced coming up on Wednesday with the start of the new league year. But in the meantime, we got March Madness going on, and it has been incredible already. In the quarterfinals of some of the big tournaments yesterday, we had some very close calls. We had one major upset with Baylor going down, so they're off the one line now. There's no, I mean, Kansas runs through the Big 12 tournament. There's no chance that Baylor's getting a 1 seed over them. You don't think so?
Maybe. I just don't see any difference.
Any difference?
To me, there's no difference between Kansas, Baylor, the slew of Duke. There's a lot of teams that fall into that.
Of could be a 1, could be a 2, doesn't really matter.
I would still have Baylor as a 1 right now.
That's an interesting take.
Well, I mean, what two has jumped up to the 1 line? Kansas was already a 1 anyway. The 4 1s right now would be Baylor, Kansas, Arizona, and Gonzaga. That's according to Joe Lenardi as of 3 hours ago.
Okay. All right.
The 2s are Wisconsin, Duke, who struggled mightily with Syracuse.
Yes, they did.
Kentucky, and Auburn, who, if they didn't lose today, they very easily could have.
They did.
I thought they did.
They did lose today. Auburn lost today. We saw Illinois lose today as well. I know they're lower ranked and they weren't in that discussion for a number 1 seed or anything, but they were the number 1 seed in the Big Ten tournament and get knocked off by Indiana, who is now easily into the tournament. They were on the bubble before. They beat Michigan. I feel like that pretty much put them in the field tentatively. Now you knock off Illinois too, you're easily in. I think that they will jump from being in that last 4 out category to being they might even jump them up to the last buys category.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
It just tells you how soft the bubble is. Wyoming would get in right now.
Right.
It's not very good at the bottom.
But other close calls that we had yesterday, you had number 2 Arizona struggling with Stanford. Stanford trying to, pull another miracle after their buzzer beater in the first round of the Pac-12 tournament. You had Duke go down to the wire with Syracuse. They ran away with it late, but that was a lot closer than they ever wanted it to be without Buddy Boeheim being on the court. Villanova and St. John's. I actually texted Jeremy yesterday because I thought he told me yesterday, I don't care what number you put on that, I'll take Villanova to cover.
I took Villanova to win.
He took Villanova to win. But St. John's
cannot win a close game to save their lives.
St. John's had control of that game with about 50 seconds to go and ended up losing on a couple of free throws by Villanova, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the entire country. And so Villanova survived. You had Providence have to come back against Butler to win. USC struggled with Washington. You just had a lot of action going on. And if you're one of these top teams, you're going to get the best shot that these other teams can give you because they know their season's coming to an end. Like right now, you got Iowa and Rutgers. It's a 10-point game with 4 minutes left. It's not going to be really, it shouldn't be really all that close coming down the stretch. Iowa, though, after they put up 112 yesterday against Northwestern, I get Northwestern ain't great, but that's still a feat.
That's a weird way of saying absolutely horror-awful, which is what Northwestern is.
But to me, it's still a feat to put up 112 points against a D1 school in your own division or in a Power 5 conference. And Iowa might be a sneaky team to be pulling for in the NCAA tournament. Any team that can score like they can?
You're way too impressed with how many points they put up on Northwestern. They've been god-awful defensively all year long.
Yeah, but
I think Maryland scored 90 on them. So it's not really as impressive as you think it is.
But offensively, to be able to
They're very good
still
offensively.
win those
The problem
games.
is they can't stop a nosebleed, which is weird to say with Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa doesn't normally have a team that averages 87 points a game. That's what you have this year. They are able to outscore anybody. But after Auburn and Illinois lost today, Houston barely survived against Cincinnati.
The Fighting Wes Millers.
That's right. You just is it to you, Jeremy, a sign that we are going to have the maddest March we've ever had?
I just don't think there's a lot of difference. All right, so I'm looking at the 12s right now. 12 seeds what you always look at because there is always a 12 that beats a 5.
Yes.
Right now, the 12s would be the winner of Wyoming Wake Forest. This is according to Joe Lenardi, ESPN's bracketologist. Winner of Wyoming Wake Forest, South Dakota State, the winner of Xavier, Indiana, and North Texas. I could see any of the 6 teams I just said beating UConn, Texas, Iowa, or LSU. I think you're going to have a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
I could easily see 3 or 4 double-digit seeds carrying into the second weekend. I think several of the high-end teams are very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Duke. Looking right at you, Duke.
Right. Against a 15 seed? Duke
I'm not talking about the first round. I'm talking about that second. You catch Michigan State as the winner of a 7-10. And look, I know Michigan State's not very good.
Mm-hmm.
They're very talented.
Mm-hmm.
You catch them on the right night, and you could be headed home.
You could indeed. It felt a little bit yesterday like there was still some of that North Carolina loss hangover for Duke as they were taking on Syracuse. But did you hear what was actually going on with some of the team?
Was it actually a hangover?
Food poisoning.
Close enough.
Apparently, Chris Carrawell, Coach Mike Krzyzewski, and I can't remember the player. I think it was A.J. Griffin. Apparently, all of them spent all of yesterday just puking their guts out.
Have you ever had food poisoning?
I have not.
It's not fun. It's every bit as not fun as you think it would be.
Well, I mean, and you look.
Have you ever? Okay, I'm going to take the "have you ever" because I've actually witnessed it. Have you ever had 4 too many adult beverages than you should have?
Yes.
Take that next day feeling and multiply it by about 7.5, and
that's awful.
And you're in the neighborhood of food poisoning.
I couldn't move out of my bed for 2 days after I said goodbye to your bathroom floor that night.
I'm not shocked by that in the least.
I just couldn't do it. What's wrong with Dad? Nothing.
He might die.
I'm absolutely fine.
He might die.
I don't know. I am so excited about March Madness each and every year, and it seems like this year is playing up to be one of the craziest ones that we've ever seen. And I guess it all just falls back to we don't have that one team.
I mean, who are you going to be shocked if they don't get there? Shocked
if they're not in the Final Four?
Mm-hmm.
I will be pretty shocked if Gonzaga doesn't make it. I know that they did not look good in that loss to St. Mary's at the end of the regular season, but I will be truly shocked.
They've played 5 good teams all year. They lost 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they played 6 good teams all year. They lost 3 of them. I'm not going to be shocked. If you told me, all right, and I'll just use Lenardi's bracket again. All right, you told me Gonzaga loses to Arkansas in the Sweet 16. Am I going to be shocked? No. I'm putting a lot of eggs in that hog pig suey basket.
Right.
I just really like Eric Musselman.
I think I will also be truly shocked if I want to say Baylor, but after I saw them lose last night, I don't know that I can. I guess that's what it is. I guess that's what it is. The guys, the teams that I thought were surefire, they should be Final Four contenders. They've all fallen in the last 2 days.
Yeah,
like Arizona. Arizona's one. If they don't make it to the Final Four / national championship,
with a first-year
I'm
head
going to be
coach,
truly shocked.
With a first-year head coach, and they haven't played, other than UCLA, haven't played a real legitimate team in 4 months. That would shock you.
Yes.
It shouldn't. The current layout for them, they would catch either North Carolina or Iowa State in the second round. They could lose to either one of them. And it wouldn't shock me even a little bit.
See, I don't see that.
They can't handle size at all.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't stun me at all.
Okay.
What does stun me is that Texas is still 5.
I don't feel
if
like
I was a
they're gonna
Texas
be.
Longhorn fan, I would, like, if I didn't already like to drink a lot, that team would drive me to it.
Yeah. I don't feel like they should be after their most recent loss, but there again, I mean, the regular season was very, very good for them. I don't know. I feel like there are no real great teams this year. We know there are a whole bunch crowded at the top. Kentucky's another team that I'll be shocked if they make a real early exit. I'm not saying I'll be shocked if they don't make the Final Four, but they should be a Sweet 16 team. They have all of the talent, but that's the problem that you have these days. You have all of these teams chocked with all this young talent, all these great recruits, and then they get into these matchups with these senior-laden, very experienced mid-major teams, and I would be terrified if I was a 5 seed staring down South Dakota State and the way that the Jackrabbits can shoot the ball. One of the best three-point shooting teams. Oh, yeah.
We're the Jackrabbits.
The Jackrabbits. Where does that rank, like in the top quartile for you of nicknames in all sports?
It's pretty high, yeah.
You like all the weird ones?
No, just that one. I like rabbits.
You like
it's the only little.
It's the only rodent you like.
It's the only little vermin that I'm a
very
fan of.
It's very, very weird. I don't know. I'm all enthralled in March Madness, and I feel like the Big East tournament continues to impress. The Big Ten tournament I thought was going to be phenomenal, and with Illinois out, it takes a little bit of the luster off of that tournament for me. Does it you? Does it give you more interest in the tournament or less interest in the tournament if the top seeds are out?
I could genuinely. Conference tournaments this year, I couldn't care less if I tried.
Why?
Because what does it matter? All right, so right now, just look at the weekend. Who are you really going to change your opinion on? Indiana? Woo, they beat Illinois. Great.
You can go into the first 4 and lose.
It's time for you to hit your button because we have news.
My button? Oh, we got breaking news on a Friday? Shocker of shockers.
Who's going to break the news? Who's going to break the news? Who's going to break the news? Who's going to break the news?
Joe Buck is leaving Fox for ESPN.
Who didn't see that coming? I mean, I know there was a shot. He still had 1 year left on his deal at Fox, and so you thought that was going to be an impediment. But that's too good of a broadcast team. I mean, as much crap as I give Joe Buck, him and Aikman together, That absolutely is a home run for ESPN.
That comes from Andrew Marchand and the New York Post.
Andrew Marchand has been all over this story.
Well, he's like the only high-end reporter that hasn't had their Twitter hacked in the last 2 days. Jeff Passan got it yesterday. Andrew Siciliano got it today.
Did he really?
Yeah. Have you not seen this?
No.
So yesterday, what day did the baseball thing come together? That was
Yesterday.
2 days. That was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Okay. So as all of these things are happening, his Twitter got hijacked by some NFT.
Okay.
And so everything he posted was about some stupid cartoon. I didn't notice it at first. I just thought, okay, he signed a deal with one of these stupid NFT companies.
Right.
Well, then it happened to Andrew Siciliano today. He's been tweeting about every 25 seconds about something called a rare bear. I don't know what that is, and I don't rare care. Just, okay, change your password. Why is this so hard for people? They changed his avatar and everything.
Did they?
Changed his bio to, I'm a head developer for Rare Bear.
Wow. So Joe Buck apparently has reached a deal to go and follow his buddy Troy Aikman to the ESPN Monday Night Football booth. I dig it.
I'm fine with it.
I mean, you this is how the business should work. You should, the biggest voices, the best voices should be on the best product.
Now I'm curious. Fox is the one sitting around holding the bag going, uh-oh. What do we do now exactly?
Now your A team with Fox is going to be Kenny Albert and Greg Olson. What, you don't like Kenny Albert?
Say these out loud. Joe Buck, Al Michaels, Kenny Albert.
I'm not saying it's not a step down. I'm just saying Kenny Albert is a fine broadcaster.
That's like saying in great heads of hair. Jeremy Greene, Brady Manick, Tank Spencer.
Oh.
One of these things does not belong with the other two.
So Troy Aikman got $90 million from ESPN, or a $90 million contract from ESPN to do Monday Night Football. How big do you think the number is going to be for Joe Buck?
It depends. It depends on what the golf coverage looks like. Is ESPN now going to throw him on golf, or does he want to take a step back? Because the thing nobody's going to talk about, because nobody cares, is does Joe Buck now end up on their baseball coverage?
Got to.
If that's the case, that number is going to be ridiculous.
Because I don't think there's any way that they were able to get him for football, and Fox is going to let him do baseball.
Oh no, that's certainly not going to happen.
He's not splitting. He's not splitting networks like that.
Amazon can do that because they don't have like daily broadcasting.
Right.
You're not going to see two networks do that. And yes, I know that Herb Street's doing the Amazon thing, but that's still with Amazon. They're letting him split time. That's not how it's going to work with Joe Buck.
I think he gets more. I think he gets much more. I think it'd be
Joe
like
Buck?
100. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be
like
dumb.
$125 million.
It's going to be dumb. Which, for the first time ever, makes me want to call games. I've never had any interest in that.
I haven't either. The games moved, other than baseball, the games move too fast for me. Like,
Wait. So you're saying the one you would want to do would be baseball?
No, I'm saying that's the only one I could do. I could do baseball.
I could do football. I never wanted to. Now I'm looking at the numbers going, maybe I do. For the right amount of money, I'd let you hit me in the head with a 7-iron.
Yeah, no, I marvel at great play-by-play guys who can do basketball and just rattle those names off. And I know there's a lot of study that goes into that, and it's just, even if I know everybody on the team, there's no way that I could give you a coherent play-by-play of, a great motion basketball set. You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Winter storm warnings tonight above 3,500 feet into Saturday evening, and winter weather advisories below 3,500 feet. We've got quite the front marching in with snow and wind and cold, and near record cold here in Asheville for Sunday morning. We're down to 27 tonight with snows coming in with the front. Morning snow shower Saturday, and a cold Saturday, high 30, low 13. Saturday night, close to records. I'm meteorologist Scott Lariamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Heavy traffic volume, 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and US 1923, exit 4A. Future 26 eastbound stop and go between Riverside Drive and 240. 26 eastbound slow between Long Shoals Road and Airport Road. 26 on the westbound side stop and go between Hendersonville Road and Airport Road. Haywood County 40 westbound stop and go between Fines Creek Road and Harmondin Road. Near Avery Creek, Boulevard Road northbound approaching Long Shoals Road is slow. Hendersonville Road northbound is stop and go approaching Long Shoals Road. Near Fletcher, Hendersonville Road northbound between the Cane Creek and Fanning Bridge Road delays. And Sweden Creek Road northbound between Royal Pines area and Mills Gap Road delays. I'm Lyndon Field with your Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors.
Ray Magliozzi here. I don't cook much, but when I need ingredients for my car, eBay Motors has 122 million options. So whether I toasted my transmission or cooked my clutch, eBay Motors has all the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride.
The job market is competitive right now, so you need to be competitive to attract top talent. If you're trying to fill open positions at your business, iHeartMedia is here to help. Use radio and digital targeting to find fresh, passive candidates currently in the workforce. These candidates are listening right now, looking for new opportunities. Together, we can let the community know you're hiring. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Professional women's tennis is coming back to Harrah's Cherokee Center, Asheville, April 15th and 16th. Tickets are on sale now at USTA.com/BJKC. Get your tickets and see Team USA women's tennis in this exciting match, April 15th and 16th.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Macy's one-day sale has great deals of the day, like 60% off cookware from Martha Stewart Collection, Sedona, and more. Pick out some new sparkle with 60% off select Effie Fine jewelry. Then add designer suits to his rotation, now 50 to 60% off. Plus, Star Rewards members earn rewards even faster during Macy's Star Money bonus days going on now. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
Hey guys, I'm Ziggy, your local Philly girl, owner of Ziggy's Bakery and Deli. I've created a traditional northern deli with only the most authentic cheesesteaks outside of Philadelphia, served with provolone, white American, or Cheese Whiz. Our other classic deli sandwiches are made with the best quality meats and cheeses, available sliced by the pound. Join us for breakfast for house-made bagels with our custom cream cheeses. Or for something heartier, try a pork roll, egg and cheese, or house-cured lox. Ziggy's Bakery and Deli, in the corner of Asheville Commons, 1550 Hendersonville Road, open 8 to 3, Tuesday through Saturday.
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen, 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. We're with you every step of the way.
This week at Ingles, select 6 to 12 count Laurel and Cuddly soft bath tissue, $3.98 each. Select sizes and varieties Kellogg's Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loop cereal, 2 for $4. And select sizes and varieties Tide laundry detergent, $12.98 each. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
The Sportsocracy.
Pull up your pants, take off the bra, and be a man.
Nobody beats Kevin Harlan in my mind.
Gus Johnson. That's a weird way to say Gus Johnson.
Oh, Gus Johnson calling basketball games last night. I think he's doing the Big East tournament. I was watching that. Oh, he just makes the ending of a game so much better. We are back here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. We're getting ready to we're going to play Quiz the Ginger coming up in just a little bit after we get weird. I want to update you on this, though. So we had the breaking news in the last segment. Looks like Joe Buck is going to go to ESPN. And Andrew Marchand of the New York Post has updated his story to say that while Troy Aikman got a 5-year, $92.5 million contract to go to Monday Night Football, it looks like Joe Buck is expected to sign a 5-year deal with ESPN for between 60 and 75 million. Can't get any respect. These jocks taking over and getting more money than the actual broadcaster who does the most work. Just so unfair. So unfair. And you don't care. You don't have a problem with it at all.
Not even a little bit.
Come on, of the two, who's the star?
Of Joe Buck or Troy Aikman?
It's Joe Buck.
It's Troy Aikman. It's not even close.
Stop that. He might have more name recognition than Joe Buck, but when it comes to his actual job, Joe Buck is the star.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's, okay. You are what you can negotiate.
I mean, I guess.
That Troy Aikman is worth more.
Hopefully, that's just a Monday Night Football check. And then when Sunday Night Baseball's check gets released, because if can we get A-Rod off of all the baseball? That's the only thing I ask. No more A-Rod. I want somebody else in that booth. Give me I would watch this. Give me Joe Buck and Big Papi doing games.
I'm good. I don't care who you put in the baseball booth. I ain't watching it.
You ain't watching it. Not at all. All right, let's get weird.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
All right, my weird story today comes from just north of Florida in the state of Georgia, where a high school teacher has been suspended after an altercation with a student. Disciplinary action stems from when former coach Kenneth Miller received a video of Tri-Cities High School showing some very disturbing actions going on campus. And as he approached the student that was in the video to ask about this suspicious activity that was happening, the girl hit him. And then he pushed her up against a wall and held her there until the cops were able to intervene. Now, teachers, obviously, not a good idea to have physical contact with a student. Provoking altercations with a student is frowned upon by the school board, and that's what they are basing this decision on. But take all of these actions into context, because the suspicious activity that he saw were the students bringing several guns into the school. When he asked about the guns, that's when the female got cagey, and that's when the altercation sprang forth. Multiple guns were found, including one in the student's pocket, and his lawyer has gotten involved and says that it's only because of him, because of Coach Miller, that the entire Atlanta metro area does not know the date of August the 20th, 2021. How do you land on this? Can you hold a teacher at fault for getting physical with somebody who he knows has weapons?
I cannot, but
Okay.
I don't know that
All right.
I am the best person to ask that.
I'm just asking because I'm just a simple guy here.
I am personally from the Bob Knight generation of athletic endeavors, so I'm probably not the one I would ask that question to.
And as a parent, to me, this guy's a hero. If my kids were at that school and he stopped this, what could have been a horrible tragedy in not only Georgia history, but in our nation's history, I feel like the guy deserves a break. They've given him a 20-day suspension. They tried to fire him, but it didn't work. But now they've given him a 20-day suspension without pay, and his lawyers are trying to fight to have that reversed, but I don't think it's coming. I don't know. I just read this story, and I felt like, the Fulton County School District should be hailing this guy as a hero rather than suspending him for getting into an altercation with an armed student, by the way. Just seems weird.
Virtually any person that has flown as much as I have has a story of something terrible happening on an airplane. 19-year-old Melanie Schofield is now one of those people. We do not know what airline she was on. We do not know where she started, and we do not know where she landed. However, what we do know is that she was on a sparsely occupied flight, and there was an elderly gentleman sitting right next to her. And as soon as the flight reached its cruising altitude, the man decided that he needed his own in-flight entertainment on his cell phone. Using the Wi-Fi of the airline, he decided to watch some adult things.
Nice.
Okay.
This ain't the place.
She was moved to first class to get away from him. They never asked the guy to stop. I'm still stuck on that. Here's my question.
I don't think that's how you join the Mile High Club.
It's not. It's how some people do. Sad people.
Sad people.
How does that come to you? Like you're just sitting there going, I could check my email. I could go to ESPN.com. Or, time and opportunity. What is the matter with you?
Don't do crimes.
Just, okay, and they didn't even arrest the guy.
Are you serious?
Well, technically,
that's crimes, isn't it?
Technically, he didn't do anything illegal.
So there were no activities going on while he was watching the films.
I'm trying to say this as delicately as I can.
All right. Okay.
And what is the?
I guess that's not a crime.
Never mind. No good.
Yeah,
no good can come from where I'm
no
going to go
good
with
can
this.
come from this. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. All right, Jeremy, are you ready to have your knowledge tested?
This could be interesting. I'm not as good at broad scale trivia as one would think.
All right, we're going to get into it here. It is time to quiz the Ginger Ninja. The questions today coming from our good friend David Smith of Armchair Commentary. He threw out the challenge, said if I give you 10 questions, do you think you could get them all right? And of course, Jeremy.
Now the question is, and basically the thought here was that for everyone I get right or everyone I get wrong, he will be donating $5 to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Western North Carolina.
That's a good question. I don't remember.
I was about to say, because if it's wrong, I can comedically get 10 questions wrong with the best of them. Bugs Bunny will be my answer no less than 3 times.
He has been in the comments all day today waiting on this, so I feel like he's going to tell us. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how this is going to go out, but we have the 10 questions here. And let's hear the first and see just how smart Jeremy Greene can be.
What was the original name of the New York Jets?
Okay,
they were the New York Titans.
Okay, all right. It is that is correct.
The New York Titans.
Oh, if these are Jets related questions, could be, and he did just verify. Correct response gets the donation.
Okay.
If they're all jet related,
well,
I like my chances.
He's warmed you up here. He gave you a softball, so that's one donation to the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Western North Carolina. Question number 2.
Who did the Jets take in the 1995 NFL Draft?
Kyle Brady.
Bonus point for who they passed on.
Warren Sapp.
Kyle Brady. Bonus point, Warren Sapp.
Bonus point, first time the New York Jets made me cry. Hand to God, true story.
Thank you for that, by the way. I don't feel like I've said that enough in our friendship. Question number 3.
Ultimate draft bust Jamarcus Russell went first overall in the 2007 draft. Who was picked second?
Calvin Johnson.
Megatron Calvin Johnson selected second overall by the Lions.
Question 4.
Who finished with more rushing yards? Eric Dickerson or Marshall Faulk?
Oh.
That's a tough one. Eric Dickerson or Marshall Faulk?
Eric Dickerson had more super high-end years, but I feel like Marshall Faulk had more of them. I'm going to go Eric Dickerson, but that's the first one I haven't been confident of.
All right, let's find out.
Dickerson, he finished with 13,259 to Faulk's 12,279, both, of course, behind Emmitt Smith.
All right, so 4 for 4 so far. That means more money going to Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Western North Carolina. If you want to give to the cause, by the way, the link is in the description of our YouTube video. So go to thesportsocracy.com, click on that live video link, and you can donate to our good friends at Thermo Fisher Scientific, their bowling team. I don't know if Justin was the one that spearheaded it, but Justin Parton, member of the House of Reprehensibles, is bowling in the Bowl for the Future fundraiser. And so the link goes to his page. You can donate to them there, or you can go to the Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Western North Carolina website. Question number 5.
What kicker broke the record for most field goals in a single game?
Field goals in a single game?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's 6.
But who? That's the question.
This is going to be a dumb answer, and kickers aren't people.
Come on, you got so many to choose from. I mean, I feel like it's got to be one of the ones that we know, like a Morton Anderson or a Gary Anderson or a Adam Vinatieri or maybe Zerline. Didn't Legatron have one? T's and P's, by the way. He got released today.
Don't ask me why this is the name in my head. I'm going to go with Jason Hansen.
Jason Hansen.
The late, great Rob Baronis for the Tennessee Titans.
I do remember that.
Rob Baronis. I hadn't thought of that name in a long time.
Yeah, T's and P's, he passed away. Yeah, he died a few years ago.
Wow. I did not know that. All right. Rob Baronis holds the record for the most in a single game. Most field goals in a single game. All right.
I'm going to pick up the side of that donation. Any of them that I miss, I will personally pick up that side of the donation myself.
Now, see, that is how you do it. Good job. Good on you, Flosterdamus. All right, so we got 4 donations so far going to the Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Western North Carolina from David Smith of Armchair Commentary. 1 from Mr. Jeremy Greene. Question number 6.
Where was Emmitt Smith picked in the 1990 NFL Draft?
Oh.
This is before my time.
Emmitt Smith coming out of Florida.
I have 2 numbers in my head. I'm going to go with the higher one, 22.
22.
17th overall.
That was the other number!
Of course, by the Cowboys.
That was the other number I had in my head.
You were thinking 17 or 22. Okay.
It was 22, and then I'll look afterwards.
Really?
I'm a draft nerd. I don't miss draft questions.
We need to know who the 22nd pick in the 1990 draft was.
You needed to know. I said I needed to know.
Question number 7.
Donovan McNabb was selected 2nd overall at the 1999 NFL Draft. Who went first?
Tim Couch.
Tim Couch. The last great Browns quarterback, I guess.
The last great Browns quarterback.
Yeah, Tim Couch was one of the first great. The little 12-year-old Jeremy Greene was not as good at picking quarterbacks as 34-year-old.
Oh, you
Jeremy
were in love with Tim Couch?
I might have been. He had just a gigantic pass against LSU that I will never forget. And I went, that guy's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
4 years later.
Not
that
so
guy's
much.
going to be a great insurance salesman. I didn't finish that sentence.
All right, question number 8 from David Smith of Armchair Commentary. Again, every right answer, a donation will be made by David Smith of Armchair Commentary, the Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Western North Carolina. Every wrong answer, Jeremy will make the donation instead.
Who was the first ever defensive player to win the Super Bowl MVP?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm trying to think. I've got a name in my head. I'm trying to think if there was ever one before him. Or
are you thinking of Woodson?
No. Rod Woodson.
Did he? No, he won the Heisman.
No.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson was the one that won the Heisman.
The only one I can remember is, I remember Dexter Jackson. I remember Malcolm Smith?
Mm-hmm.
And the one I'm going to go with, Larry Brown.
Larry Brown. Let's see.
Chuck Howley won in 1971. He's also the only person to win it on a losing team.
I was negative 16 years old. I will happily make that payment. It will not sweat at all.
That is a great little factoid, though. All right, so now we're 5-3. We got 5 donations, or the donation for 5 correct questions being made by David Smith. And Jeremy, you're responsible for 3 now. We got question number 9.
Jake Long was selected first overall in 2008. Who was selected second?
I know who went right after him. I just can't remember if he went second. Matt Ryan.
Final answer?
No. Jake Long, Matt Ryan were both in the same class, and they went right in front of. I think it is Matt Ryan.
All right, let's see. Did Matt Ryan go second in the draft behind Jake Long?
Chris Long.
Oh,
not related.
Well, Matt Ryan went third. I totally forgot Chris. Chris Long's NFL career was just absolutely. I mean, he was very, very good. But it was the most nondescript good career ever.
All right, and the final question, question number 10.
And last question, who became the NFL's first ever winless team?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Fire them cannons. It was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 1976.
That was
John McKay once said of their execution, he was in favor of it.
That's right. Appreciate you throwing in the Buccaneers question there.
That was good.
Armchair.
That was after he had to take the Kyle Brady stab.
Yeah.
All right, so that will be a $30 donation from David Smith and $20 from me on top of the Sportsocracy's donation to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Western North Carolina.
There we go. And again, if you want to give to the Bowl for the Future fundraiser being taken in part by our good friends at Thermo Fisher Scientific and our House of Reprehensibles member, Justin Parton, just click on the link in the description of this YouTube video. It's been up on all of our videos this week, so go back and watch them all. And, hey, give every time you watch them.
100%.
Why not?
Give all the money to the children. It's a great cause, and we have breaking news.
Breaking news once again, twice in one day.
Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news?
We actually have 2 here.
Okay.
The first one, Max Crosby has signed a 4-year, $95 million extension with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Good for him.
That's cute. Deshaun Watson will not be charged by the grand jury. I told you we would have this answer within a day. He will be on another team by the time we reconvene on this show on Monday.
Wow. So he will not be indicted.
You remember that thing you said about, well, grand juries have 6 months?
They can.
Never was ever going to happen. Ever. Now, am I shocked it took an hour because I think he was deposed at noon today?
Right.
That is quicker than I thought. And I've been asked this while we were doing our trivia questions for charity. Thank you, Armchair Commentary, David Smith, for those. I've been asked this question: what is Deshaun Watson's trade value? With that knowledge, with the knowledge that there will be no criminal prosecution, I think it starts at 3 ones. I think it starts at 3 ones.
And a player. I don't think the picks are going to do it.
I don't know. It depends on how hard line. Because here's what you got to understand. With where the league's at right now, how many teams actually need a quarterback? I mean, be really honest with yourself. There's not one in the AFC East. There's one in the AFC North. There's not one in the AFC South. There's not one in the AFC West. There's not one in the NFC West. Well, it's Seattle. The NFC South is, they need quarterbacks, but they're all stuck in financial problems.
Right.
There's not one in the NFC North. And Detroit. I don't think Detroit's giving up 3 ones to get anybody.
No.
And then you got Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I would say the entire the breakdown of where he could possibly go. Watch the Cleveland Browns. I've been told that from Jump Street. Watch the Cleveland Browns. Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't see a path that they get involved in this, but they might. They're not going to trade within the division, so you can take the Colts out. Seattle, the Carolina Panthers, the Philadelphia Eagles. It will be one of those 5 teams, and it will happen by the time we convene on Monday.
All right.
I won't be shocked if it happens by the end of the day.
Right.
but they might take the night to weigh the offers. I know definitively the Seattle Seahawks have an offer out right now. I don't know what it is.
Rob Johnson says Washington should have waited.
Yes. Yes, you should have.
Yeah, you should have. You should have waited for Jimmy Garoppolo or whoever other than Carson Wentz.
Well, here's the thing, Washington Commanders fans. You were first and last. You were first to trade for a quarterback, and you'll be last in your division this year.
Nice.
Thank you, Ricky Bobby.
Hi, Flostradamus. It was an 0 for day yesterday. Give us some winners to start the weekend off right.
Oh, last night was miserable. So I got a 3-pack of 50 on it. First one, I told you this one in the first segment. The Minnesota Timberwolves are an 8-point favorite tonight at the Orlando Magic. I don't see any way they don't cover this. Karl Anthony Towns is the hardest big guy outside of Nikola Jokic in the NBA to guard. Orlando Magic destroyed by big guys. I got 50 on it. Wolves minus the 8. Next, UConn is a 3-point dog tonight against Villanova. I got 50 on it. I think UConn wins this game outright. Not because I think they're better than Villanova. Last night showed a lot of deficiencies with the Wildcats. They also had to play much more intensely than you would want to. I think this is a slip-up game, and I think UConn gets them. I got 50 on it. UConn Huskies plus the 3. Finally, and this one is dumb. I got 50 on it. The Tennessee Volunteers are a 6.5-point favorite against Mississippi State. I do not know what Rick Barnes did to anybody in Vegas, but their lines have been off all year long. Now, I've been wrong a couple times. Don't get me wrong. Mississippi State's not in their class. I understand they blew out South Carolina. South Carolina's not good. Tennessee is. This game will never be close. I got 50 on it. Tennessee minus the 6.5.
All right, you take those wagers over to betus.com, betus.com. Use the promo code Sportsocracy. Get a 125% deposit bonus on whatever you put into your account, up to $2,500. Yes, Adam Schefter tweeting out that no charges have been filed against Deshaun Watson. He follows that up by saying, this is why Deshaun Watson from the beginning welcomed a police investigation. He felt that he knew what the truth would come out, and that today a grand jury did not charge him on any of the criminal complaints.
And I will tell you what I was told behind closed doors before this ever happened. If they don't charge him now, you can rest assured they're not going to do it in the future.
Mm-hmm.
When you build a case for 2 years, you bring everything you have. We're not lawyers. We're not police. So we're not the merit of the case. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. All we're doing is reporting what happened and what will now happen.
Yep.
I firmly believe there will be a Deshaun Watson deal within the next 48 hours.
Very well could be. You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Driving slow, 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. Future 26 eastbound delays between Riverside Drive and 240. 26 westbound stop and go between Hendersonville Road and Long Shoals Road. 40 westbound stop and go between Fines Creek Road and Harmon Den Road. In North Asheville, Weaverville Road northbound near Lakeview Park. Traffic is slow. Sweden Creek Road, north and southbound, approaching Mills Gap Road, delays. Near Avery Creek Boulevard Road, northbound, approaching Long Shoals Road, is slow. Sardis Road, westbound, near Thompson Road, congestion. And in Haywood County, NC 209 Crabtree Road, near Paragon Parkway, congestion here near Lake Junaluska. I'm Lyndon Field with your Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the maker of NexGard Afoxolaner.
NexGard Afoxolaner is monthly flea and tick protection that's #1 vet recommended and #1 dog preferred. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet or visit nextguardfordogs.com to learn more.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. It sure feels good to step into a warm car after letting it heat up for a few minutes. However, this practice wastes gas, increases emissions, and pollutes the air. Limit idling your car to no more than 3 minutes to save money at the gas station and improve air quality. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Hey folks, DG here. Y'all know I've always loved the slogan, Smiles Change Lives, which I first heard years ago from Dr. Rebecca Merrill of Asheville Smiles. I hope you will live that slogan here in 2022. Whether it's just time for a routine cleaning, you want to learn more about Invisalign, a great alternative to braces, you need a diagnosis and treatment plan, or if you don't have dental insurance, you just want to learn more about her special membership plans. 828-251-2426 or AshevilleSmiles.com.
No one should read your personal messages. That's why WhatsApp uses end-to-end encryption. It protects whatever you send before, during, and after you send it. So no one, not even WhatsApp, can read your messages. Always message privately. WhatsApp.
The underdog. The long shot. The nobody from nowhere, never gonna happen 100 to 1 shot. We know something about that. We're with you every step of the way.
This week at Ingles, select 10 to 14 ounce Post cereal. Buy one, get one free. Select 51 ounce Downy liquid fabric conditioner, $4.98 each. And select varieties 12 ounce Charleston Coffee Roasters coffee, $7.98 each. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Hey, you! Ever wanted to learn a language like French or Spanish or even Norwegian, but thought it'd be too difficult or time-consuming? Then try Babbel. Quick 10-minute lessons.
Siesta.
Fábula. Games, podcasts, even live online classes with a real teacher.
Hola, clase.
In no time, chatting about real-life topics will feel, well, effortless. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I am Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
And welcome back into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, live in the Ingles Studio. Always brought to you by Ingles. Low prices, love the savings. We are donating our Super Chats this week to the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Western North Carolina and the Bowl for the Future fundraiser that they are doing. Justin Parton, our member of the House of Reprehensibles, is bowling in that with his team from Thermo Fisher Scientific. He asked us to help, and we said, hey, we could do that because we love charity. The link to donate is in the description of our YouTube video, and we got some Super Chats to catch up on.
We do. Matthew Hoffman has thrown out a challenge to me. If the Deshaun Watson deal is not done by the time we reconvene on Monday, I will give another $20. If it is, he will. Eric Miller has already given $40 that, for whatever reason, did not go through. We have all new things on the YouTube stream. I would be lying to you if I said I completely understood it all. It should all work, but this is the maiden voyage. I can't promise you that things won't appear after we go off the air. Let's see. Matthew Hoffman also asked, explain why commentators make as much as players. Very simply, because what drives the boat in the NFL is television money.
Yeah.
Ad rates in NFL games are exponentially higher than they are in practically anything else, because we live in a streaming society where it's hard to – there's no such thing as appointment television anymore outside of the NFL. So they'll pay whatever it takes to get the best guy. I don't know exactly what the number is going to be for Buck broad scale. It's going to be really, really, really high. Armchair Commentary also said, I'm going to do a $55 donation anyway for the bonus question. Thanks, as always, gents, and we thank you for your questions and everybody for their help with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Western North Carolina, our push this week. We appreciate you as
Right.
always. Anytime we have something like this, you guys always come through, and we appreciate that more than we could ever say.
Yes, I am always thrilled to see our community, our little family here in the Sportsocracy, Beer City's best sports talk, help out our local community. And whether it be through the Eblin Charities St. Nicholas Project, which we support every Christmas season, or whether it be just things that pop up here and there, whether it be responding to tragedies or Big Brothers Big Sisters Bowl for the Future campaign. I love it. I absolutely love it.
That is one of the unexpected things that has come from this show that we are greatly appreciative of.
I love it so much more than I love March Madness. And I am all about some March Madness. Tonight, right here on ESPN Asheville, you will hear the North Carolina Tar Heels take on Virginia Tech in the semifinals of the ACC tournament. 9:30 is the scheduled tip. We will take air with the Tar Heel Network on ESPN at 8:30 tonight. Got all the major conference tournaments wrapping up this weekend, Selection Sunday, and of course, we will be here to recap it all with you on Monday, including what could be a monumental move in the NFL. Which team is going to jump first at the opportunity to trade for Deshaun Watson? After the big breaking news just moments ago, he will not be criminally charged. Still faces the civil suits, but it was the criminal charges that teams were worried about. And now, let the feeding frenzy begin. We will see you back here on ESPN Asheville, Monday at 3.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Winter storm warnings tonight above 3,500 feet into Saturday evening, and winter weather advisories below 3,500 feet. We've got quite the front marching in with snow and wind and cold, and near record cold here in Asheville for Sunday morning. We're down to 27 tonight with snows coming in with the front. Morning snow shower Saturday, and a cold Saturday, high 30, low 13. Saturday night, close to records. I'm meteorologist Scott Lariamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Driving slow, 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. Future 26 eastbound delays between Riverside Drive and 240. 26 westbound stop and go between Hendersonville Road and Long Shoals Road. 40 westbound stop and go between Fines Creek Road and Harmon Den Road. In North Asheville, Weaverville Road northbound near Lakeview Park. Traffic is slow. Sweden Creek Road, north and southbound, approaching Mills Gap Road, delays. Near Avery Creek Boulevard Road, northbound, approaching Long Shoals Road, is slow.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors.
Ray Magliozzi here. The tear in my driver's seat does have sentimental value since my butt's molded to fit it. But I'm ready for a new one from eBay Motors with all the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them. Till then, I'll just scooch. eBay Motors, let's ride.
From the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.